Flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon, I think, it says half teaspoon of cinnamon. We're gonna whisk that together, and we use a whisk so that we can combine our ingredients. You'll have pre-measured this the day before. And look at how that changes a nice color. Break up all those little pieces, but don't overmix it. Sometimes kids go berserko and then they somebody will just stand there and stir like a crazy person. So stop doing that, you know, and I always have to say, stop, put the whisk down, okay? So you don't want to overmix. Okay, so we've got that done. And then in a separate bowl, so stop, don't overmix that like a berserko. You could maybe separate that with your clean hands, right? Not with your dirty hands. Then over here, you would have pre-measured your milk, 6 ounces, 3/4 of a cup of milk. Sour cream. Now, you might be like, ew, that's gross. But you know what? Sour cream makes the best muffins, baked goods. Stanley can attest to this. Did you ever try those blueberry muffins? Tell them, Stanley. Can you use your voice, Stanley? Oh my God, can you use your voice? Stanley's filming. He shook his head, yes. They made the best blueberry muffins. The kids were like, oh my God, these are to die for it. When I was at my other high school, one of the many that I've been at, the kids like literally went crazy for these muffins with the sour cream in them. It makes them super moist. It's tangy. It's so good. We're cracking 1 egg at a time. You always crack on a flat surface, not on an edge. Do not crack into the bowl directly. Check for your shells. Pour that into there. Crack your other second egg again on a flat surface. And then check for shells. And you're also checking for a bloody egg, which you shouldn't get too often. They do use infrared technology to check for those. And you need a rooster so that the hens will lay their eggs, but typically they don't fertilize them. They get the eggs out of there quickly. Remember, Grandpa David, at Christmas, we're going to find out because Grandpa David has his pollitos, his little pollitos. He has his little chickens, his hens, and hopefully they survived this past hurricane. What was that hurricane's name? Isabel or something? I don't know. Isabella? Rough times for Puerto Rico. They just got back power yesterday. They were out of power for 9 days, I think. So first Hurricane Maria, and then, well, they had a hurricane before that, right? And then they had Hurricane Maria, and then now another hurricane. It's like, oh my goodness. How many hurricanes can Puerto Rico have? So I hope the little pollitos were okay. I haven't heard that they were bad off, so I guess that's a good thing. All right, so we're whisking that together. Oh, and I gotta add the best part, vanilla. Right? The best vanilla we ever got. My husband and I still talk about that. He brought it back from the DR, Dominican Republic. That message is out to you, Zay. Zay is from Dominican Republic, or his mom is. And my husband brought me back 2 gigantor bottles, way bigger than this, for like $1 or something ridiculous. Well, one exploded in the suitcase. Never mind, you know, bad thing to do, but oh my God, it was so good. It lasted for years. So if you want really good vanilla, get it from the Dominican Republic. All right, and now we're gonna add this in, and we wanna stir it in just until it's combined. Again, so for you cray-crays who love to just overdo it and just like really like be crazy, stop. Hands off. So let me get a wooden spoon because it says to use a wooden spoon, and we should always follow instructions. They're there for a reason. So we're gonna go ahead and not over combine, gently folding and combining. And I can smell that our griddle is hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off for 2 seconds. So we're waiting for me to get there. I'm almost there. Okay. And it's looking good. Looking like a churro, because you know churros are eaten for breakfast in Spain. Every day they eat churros. I would love to visit Spain. Wouldn't you, Stanley?
No.
No?
No.
Oh my God, they have siestas. They eat churros with a really thick, hot, fudgy chocolate sauce. I've got chocolate sauce for us, but it's syrup. It's cheap Hershey syrup. They actually eat it with more like a, it is literally more like a hot fudge, thick. I would love to visit Spain and then have my afternoon siesta, and then in the later afternoon tapas, which is small plates. And
yeah, I'm pretty sure the Spaniards aren't too fond of Americans.
no,
Yeah, no, I remember.
Who did you hear that from?
Oh, a lot of people, especially in Spanish class when you're there.
Really? No,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, when you go as a tourist, they really don't like you.
Well, did you know what? We fund
because we're very loud. They say.
Well, we are loud.
Yeah.
Your sneezes alone, Stanley,
That's true. They wouldn't like me. That's why I wouldn't want to go there.
Yeah, you're like ridiculous. You should hear them sneeze.
They would straight up hate me.
All right, come on around, Stanley, so we can get the filming of our pancakes. Okay. Come on over here. We're gonna turn it to 350. Woohoo! Hot, hot, hot. Mucho caliente. Muy caliente. 350. Feels hot, right? We never spray our thing until we're ready, because if you spray it too soon, you're going to be sad because it's going to turn black. That's not good, right? And you don't want to spray it until you're ready to go. And we're not going to overdo it here, guys. Don't make these huge, right? A little bit of spray. Ooh, don't get it everywhere, Miss I, because you got a nice white counter. And Miss I painted all her window trim white. And her whole house, everything. The door trim, the window trim. It took Miss I a couple of years to get that all done. So when you look at Miss I's house and you go, oh, look at that's nice. Yeah, but a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that, right, Stanley?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we all did it. We all worked hard on this house. Stanley, the biggest fun thing that you'd ever did was you loved the demo of the floor.
No, I did not.
Oh my God, you and Simon fought to tear out the bottom of the floor?
No.
The subfloor?
Absolutely not.
Yes, you did. Okay.
These look fantastic, guys. We'll be right back. Wait for these to cook.
Wait,
Miss I...
Wait. I want to show them that as they're cooking.
There's bubbles, guys. There's
bubbles.
And when the bubbles pop, when they pop, that means you're good to flip.
When they're starting to pop.
When they start to pop, that means you're good to flip.
But they're not quite ready to flip.
See how they're about ready to pop?
They're not quite ready to flip, I don't think.
Guys, so when you see the bubbles popping, you know it's popping and ready to flip.
It's popping, but I don't think it's ready to flip.
Let's go ahead and see. Let's test it out.
No, not quite.
Wait till all the bubbles popped. See there's bubbles there?
Yeah.
Need them to
Couple
pop.
more over there.
A lot of bubbles on this one.
A lot of bubbles on this one. Couple more bubbles. Yeah, couple more bubbles. You're getting a lot of their messages. Okay. All right.
Blowing up.
Blowing up. Okay. Should be able to get completely under it. Ready? Ooh, Miss I's pretty good.
That looks like a churro right there, guys.
Doesn't
That's
it?
authentic churro. Look at that, guys. Amazing.
Oh, there was Mr. I. Bad word. This side will take a little bit less, and then we're going to dip it in our cinnamon sugar and top it off. We'll be right back. Okay, got them all flipped. Aren't they looking good? They really actually do look really good. Okay, so after the second side doesn't take as long. So those are 6, and I'd say we're going to get 4 to 6 more. So you each get 1 to 2. All right, hold on. We'll come back. Okay, I want to show you batch number 2. This guy over here was made from just scraping off the spoon and the bowl. So like when you're like, oh, there's nothing left and just throw that away, that was a whole pancake that was made from that guy. All right, so then what you're gonna do too is we're gonna throw this cinnamon sugar away. So you're gonna come on up front with your little pancakes that you got, and you're gonna butter them. Okay, dip them in butter here, both sides. So I'll come back as soon as I get mine buttered. I lost Stanley to go out and work on the car. Simon's got a problem with his car. Okay, so take it, dip it, and fluff it into the cinnamon sugar. Right away with the butter on it. Hot butter, melted butter on there. And don't worry, whatever we got left up here. So you'll come see me. The butter will be up front. Come see me. Get your butter on your little pancake. So as you make yours, hustle, bustle, rustle, come on up front. Get your hot butter on there, and then you can put your chocolate syrup on that. Okay? And that's it for churro pancakes.